All right, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a while since I've been here on Twitch, and seeing as I'm coming back, I want to go back to something that I was playing well before Twitch was a thing. Today's game is going to be Anarchy Online. We're going to go ahead and start with a new character here, going through this intro. I was playing this game back in 2001 when it came out.
We are about to dock with the Morningstar space station. Please return to your assigned space. Security locks will be engaged prior to gravity
what
fall.
we've got here is actually one moment. Let me check one thing real quick.
Welcome to the Morningstar. In a short while, you will be ferried down to the surface of Ruby Ka, where a new life awaits you. Please proceed through the laboratories and create the identity you wish to take on. Good luck.
Sorry for this thrilling gameplay here, but I
Please
don't really
select
know if
breed
my
and
audio is
gender.
getting captured. Okay, cancel that then. Alright, so back to it. Anarchy Online is one of the only sci-fi MMOs that I can really recall. There was like The Matrix Online, but for the most part, science fiction has been ignored in the MMO space, and the fact that this game is still being played 20 years later is impressive. Yes, I know the graphics do not look great. I understand that. The gameplay style, the mechanics and controls are not great. That's fine too. There's a whole host of quality of life issues that I can't even begin to get into. One of them we'll notice as soon as we get through this character screen. The controls are, that's a thing. I might actually have to pause that, do some work behind the scenes, and come back to you guys, because that's really dull. But you have to do it per character. It's not like there's a global setting for these are the control keys that I want. This is my left and right turn. It's a bit brutal, and it takes about 10 minutes to get everything set up. So if I'm posting this on the YouTube channel as well, I'm going to edit right through that. But for those of you watching live, my apologies. It is a thing. But ultimately, Anarchy Online is about 2 or 3 factions, actually, on the planet of Ruby Ka, some 30,000, or 29,000 years in the future. You've got 2 factions. You've got Omni, the Omni Corporation, and you've got the Confederation of Clans, or Federation of Clans, sorry, vying for control over the planet and the resource of Nodum. Now, there's also a neutral faction which can bounce back and forth, and they don't have near as many benefits, but you can literally go in between cities without getting destroyed. I just as a personal aside, I've been playing Omni almost exclusively since I started this game way back in the day. I am aware of where the neutral cities are, but if we go, I'm sorry, not the neutrals. I'm aware of where the clan cities are and how they're kind of laid out, but I have no memory of those places. So today, we're going to go ahead and get started with I guess we'll keep the character neutral for as long as possible. You guys let me know if you want to see me go one side or the other. But in terms of just giving you the most content, because again, this game is 20 years old, you're going to see some strange things of 20 years of add-ons and updates, and they even did a graphical update, so this is as good as it's gotten over the years. Me personally, of course, in this game, since I love casters in almost any game that I've got, I'm going to go with what they call the the Nanomage. I guess I'll go male to keep it straight here.
Nanomage male selected.
Yes, Nanomage male. Now you've got 4 separate breeds of humanity. You've got the Solitus, which are generally Homo sapiens. You've got the Opifex, which are more of the dex-based characters. They're They're fast, they're agile. They don't have a lot of hit points. They're kind of glass cannons, but they're really, really hard to hit. You've got the nano mages, which are generally for your caster classes. They process Notum faster than most, but their stats in terms of physicality are really, really hard to deal with. And then you've got the Aatrox, which only comes in what appears to be male here. They're very strong, a lot of hit points, a lot of stamina. But if you try and make them into a caster, which you can, there's really no way to lock your character in. But the differences between these breeds is how easy it is for you to adjust the stats on your character every time you level up. You get a pre-assigned portion of points that you can distribute throughout all of your character stats and skills. And the breed you select will show you. And as we get into the game, I'll show you in the skill selection. You'll see reds or greens or dark blues. The lighter the color, the easier it is for your character to level up that particular skill. Going as a nano mage, since I think I want to go ahead and run a bureaucrat. We'll get to the classes in a little bit. But bureaucrats rely upon casting skills. They also rely upon psychology. And for me, I love having pet classes. I've played rangers, warlocks, anything with a pet class in it. Honestly, I'm a big fan of. So we'll go ahead and get started with that. Now, again, you got to remember, this game came out in 2001. Character creation was a whole other beast back in the day. Please choose your appearance. You've only really got short, medium, or tall characters to choose from, with the slender, medium, or the chunky build. I'm going to go with medium, even though personally it's starting to get a little bit towards the heavier side. We're going to go with the tall character. You're really just going to be looking at it. But here, ladies and gentlemen, 20 years of the same head selection. And let's just scroll through a few of these. You've got your, I have many beautiful things to show you. They messed up and soldered my eyes shut. We're almost Borg. Yeah, it gets kind of weird with these faces. Then you start adding hair to it. Yeah, it gets real chunky. And you can feel all the polygons in all of this. Again, some more Borgish looking guys, tats all over the face. This guy's in for an interesting weekend. I guess there's some sport in the future this guy's playing. Oh my goodness, they stuck things under my skin and it really hurts all the time. More interesting weekends. We're just going to keep going through all of this. Yeah, the third eye blind guy. Third eye unmuted guy. Ouch my nose, the Voldemort. Legally distinct from a certain engineer aboard a certain starship. I don't know what these guys were thinking, but they really like those masks a lot. Again, the glowing eyes. Thought we'd be cool, put a hat on it. Big green eyes. Yeah, wow. It is. Whew! It is a thing. I'm kind of glad that they don't have sliders. I'm kind of glad that they don't have any kind of weird, abominations that you can create. Because it's already bad enough. Again, it's 20 years of this. Okay, it looks like they only got the one brother-looking guy with the tattoo over his head and a face wrap. We'll go ahead and roll with that. Now again, we can have all of our social clothing and things like that and show our armor or not. But now let's move on to the different classes that you'll be able to select from. Now, unless you have a paid account, you can't play the Keeper or the Shade. You have to actually be working on them. The Keeper is more of what you would typically consider a paladin. They can heal the team. They have a giant honking sword. They can wear large armor. The Shade is more of the assassin type character, where they simply backstab, they surprise attack and things of that nature. The Metaphysicist
selected
is one of the pet classes. They summon these creatures here. You have an attack pet, you have a mez pet, you have a heal pet. I believe there's one other pet, but you'd have to get higher up in the game for that. But their pets will attack most of the creatures that you fight, and you stand back and just kind of nuke them from the backside. You'll see a lot of metaphysicists running around, and of course you can rename your pets, which is kind of cool as well. But metaphysicist is kind of like one of my go-to classes for when I'm playing this game, and I come back to this game about every 2 or 3 years, honestly. So yeah, I like the metaphysicist, but I've actually lately I've become a little bit jaded with it.
Adventurer
moving on,
selected.
We have the adventurer. Now the adventurer can go down basically one of two paths. They can go dual range, or they can go dual melee. They really focus on getting out there and exploring. Now they've kind of removed a lot of the exploring portions of the game, or at least the skill sets for them, which is fine. I mean, it is what it is. But adventurers can heal. They can obviously do damage in melee or range, depending on how you want to deal with it. So they're kind of the jack of all trades. So if you don't really know which skills you want to focus on, you really just want to test the game out a bit, an adventurer is a good way to go. If you get a skill reset every once in a while, you can just really try as much as you want. See what it's like to play with ranged versus melee, and focus on what you want to do. Again, if you get a Solitus Adventurer, you're really going to be in for a good time in terms of exploring the mechanics of the game. Eventually, you're able to transform into different creatures and increase your movement speed and start moving. Now, you're not going to be the fastest character in the game. You're not going to be the strongest. You're not going to be the most casting person out there. But this will give you a good idea as to what's going on with everything out there. Moving on, we've got the engineer,
selected.
which is another pet class. They build robots, and those robots hurt people quite a bit. They can teleport teammates to them. They can repair robots. They can, again, these things. The one he's sitting there on top of, that's your pet running around eventually, and you just start smacking people upside the head. Engineers also are pretty good at the trade skills in the game, and in fact, I believe they even get their own set of armor. Well, you can get some out of some of the dungeons that are engineer specific. They do a lot of the trade skilling. They're not so much on the magic side, but definitely more on the trade skill sides. Again, you can equip any weapon you want, but they generally have their own. They in fact have their own pistol that they can create and kind of levels with you. But an engineer and his pet is kind of a beefy thing, and definitely one of the classes that shows off a lot. Like, you can look at an engineer and say, okay, I know what level you are just by looking at him. Now, the robot you start out with isn't that chunky, but you can get that guy eventually, and it's pretty smooth. Moving on, you've got the soldier. They're basically the range weapon specialist. They focus mostly on assault rifles. They've got a lot of armor, and they're tanky. They're the tanky ranged weapon user, which I know it doesn't sound like a thing, but it is a thing. They have shields that go around them, making them, even more tankier. I believe some of them taunt as well. I don't really play, or have not ever really played, a soldier whatsoever. But I mean, it's one of the fighter classes. They can DPS, they can tank, they can do quite a bit, and honestly, a lot of their skills just comes from the equipment that they're carrying. Again, I don't really play these, so I'm just gonna leave that behind.
Keeper
but we'll
selected.
click now on the Keeper. Of course, these guys look like a straight up knight out of medieval times in a sci-fi game. It is what it is. Back when when the Keeper and the Shade came out with the Shadowlands expansion, these guys started in their own area, out in some alien space or some scientifically engineered space. They've since changed that, but now you can start out and you're really good at focusing on two-hand weapons. Again, you do some heals. You have a lot of auras that affect everybody in the party. And you're a good utility, especially if you're going to off tank or off DPS. That would be the guy for you. The Shade
selected.
Again, this would be one of your op effects characters if you're building it out there, just to give you a little heads up or help there. The Shade is really good at concealing themselves. They move around in combat quite a bit because their primary way of dealing damage is the sneak attack. They're going to come in, they're going to get behind the enemy, they're going to stab the enemy for ridiculous damage, and then they're going to run away for a little bit, or at least stay out of the combat. They're not going to go toe-to-toe. They're going to make sure that that enemy is hurting quite a bit. This class also started in its own area in the Shadowlands, and you can still go there if you've got the Shadowlands expansion, which if you get just like a basic 1 month thing, that'll allow you to get there. Shades, I've tried several times. I'm just not a melee focused character. I can't really deal with that. But Shades, they can do ridiculous damage in a short amount of time. So they're not a bad choice. They're just not a good choice for me.
Fixer selected.
Moving on, we've got the Fixer. These cats are all about speed. They're the gotta go fast class. I mean, their spell lines basically focus on improving movement, decreasing enemy movement, teleporting all around the map. They are able to access what's called the grid, which is essentially a digital teleportation system in the game. They can do it for themselves, they can do it for the whole team. They have special armor lines that make them really hard to hit, and they just, if you give a Fixer an SMG, that is what they were born to do. They love everything about it. They can hit harder with it, faster with it. They can do a whole lot. This is the gotta go fast class. If you want to just get in there and bang, this is the one you should go with. There's no bad breed that you should be able to play with it. Op effects tends to be the meta for it, but again, there's a hard way. It's hard to go bad with a Fixer, so it doesn't matter who you are.
Agent
Moving
selected.
on, we've got the Agent. These are the snipers essentially in the game. They like using long range weapons. They like attacking from far away. They have concealment skills, or they tend to focus on it. In fact, they've got concealment spells for themselves, for the party, and then they can increase the damage of their weapon. Agent is just not something I wanted to do. I like pets. I like being in there, being able to cast spells and attack at the same time. But for agents, I've run into plenty good players with it. They say it's difficult to play, but one of the biggest things about the agents is you can actually turn into other professions. You can say, okay, my base agent, I now need to be a keeper. You can cast a nano, and you'll turn into a keeper for a given amount of time. You're able to use all the keeper abilities that you have the skills for, because you do take a bit of a hit. But if you need to be a keeper for your group, you can be a keeper. If you need to be a doctor, you can be a doctor. You can be any other class you want to be, if you've got the stats for it. Now, I'll show you a bit later as we get into the game. You're able to do implants and all the rest of that, so you can buff those skills that you need. But the agent can turn into any other class, so it's difficult to play. But again, if you want the full flavor of this game, an agent's not a bad choice to start with, because they can literally turn into everybody else, so you don't have to keep creating character after character. You're not going to get the best experience of each class, but you can get the experience of each class. Moving on, the trader. These are really the trade skill class. This is the class that, I mean, they're really focused on trade skills quite a bit. They also do the drains and the buffs for the stats for everybody in the party, which is how they kind of make themselves really viable even out of combat. They have a special store just for traders. Again, I don't really play them very much, but they are a good class to have. They tend to focus on the shotgun, as you see this lady's carrying hers down there. There's no bad class to play a trader with. If you get into the game, you'll see that they wrangle skills back and forth. They're basically draining the enemy, buffing their party, and getting somewhat close, but not very close. Definitely not melee range in terms of that. You can do a lot of things with the trader, especially if you want to get into the trade skill, and you just want to be that. You can make a lot of credits playing them, and that's a good class to have if you just want to enjoy the game.
Doctor selected.
The doctor. I've always loved this statue of the doctor kneeling over somebody on the ground there. Medic! Yeah, they're the healing class. They also poison the living bejeebus out of the enemy every time. They don't have a lot of great weapons choices. It's usually pistols, maybe shotguns, but depending upon which breed you've selected. But they are the healers. They are out there to make sure that the tanks stay up, that everybody's getting going. They got team heals. They got massive solo heals. They're of course the best healers in the game. But man, I've just never really been a healer as well. I never really played clerics or anything else in any other game. But doctor's a good class to go with as well. Moving on, we've got the Enforcer,
selected.
which these are the melee tanks, especially before the Keeper came around. You have the Soldier as the range tanks. The Enforcers, as one can imagine, were the melee tanks, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. These guys, one of the reasons I don't like playing healers, and have not traditionally liked playing healers, because these guys soak all the damage, and they have massive hit point pools to deal with. That's what they're focused on. All their nano lines go towards that, either protecting themselves or buffing their hit points or whatever it is. They taunt the living mess out of all of the mobs, and dealing with their health bar is why I don't like healing right now, because it is a massive amount of my time being spent dealing with this. But the Enforcer, if you want to get in and mix it up with the enemy, they are what it's all about. Their armor, their weapons, they're usually two-handed weapons. I've seen some sword and shield Enforcers out there. You can play any style you want to of melee, but you're going to be mixing it up with the enemy hard, fast, and right up in their face.
Bureaucrat.
Moving on, you've got
selected.
the Bureaucrat. I actually like this class quite a bit. They're another pet class. They've got the little robots you see there, but they are also able to charm enemies into working for you, so you can eventually end up with 2 pets, or I believe even more. But you're able to do some group buffs. Given that, I mean, they don't have a lot of weapon skills. Pistols is primarily what they focus on. But there's a lot of good pistols out there, so they can do a lot more damage than people think. Now, their pet's not going to be able to hold everything off. They're not the engineer. That's what that's for. They're not the metaphysicist. The pet's not going to be killing as fast as a metaphysicist pet is. But for that nice balance of, hey, I'm helping out the party, I'm holding enemies away from the tank, I'm literally charming enemies to fight for the group. This is where the bureaucrat is. And I believe they even actually have a team buff that does experience gain for everybody. And of course you can build levels and levels of that. There's not a lot of out of combat things that they're good at, but they're very good in a team if you can get one going, especially if you're trying to do some kind of power leveling. A bureaucrat's pretty good for that.
Martial artist selected.
Next up, we've got the martial artist. Yeah, these guys, they are also melee, but they're melee DPS. That's what they're there to do. They don't need weapons. They use staves. I've seen some use bows for some reason, but that's fine. They also do a little bit of healing, but their primary function is melee DPS. They can get in there and just wreck shop. I like it a lot. They're like the third best healer, or maybe fourth best healer, depending upon which system you've got. The Keeper is pretty good, but they're definitely behind the Adventurer and really behind the Doctor. But if you need another character that can heal, particularly if you want to do a lot of the solo content in this game, a martial artist is a pretty good class to pick from.
Nanotechnician selected.
Then you've got the nanotechnician. Finally, the last class here, we've got them. These are the straight up glass cannons. They can wreck a single target. They can wreck the room. They can do fireballs. They can do poisons. They can do a lot of what you associate with straight up wizards. But they use Notum in order to cast nanos, and they can get a lot of aggro really, really quick. So, but their biggest thing is they just nuke the entire room. So it's kind of hard to die if everything's already dead by the time they can get to you. They really don't use a lot of weapons. I think they later added a little finger claw type deal that shoots lightning bolts from you for that Palpatine feel. But outside of that, you're not going to find a lot of weapon skills with that. But if you want to just do raw damage, this is one of the biggest damage dealers in the game. It's just, you kind of have to get a party around you, or at least some way of staying alive, because again, you're going to draw a lot of aggro really quick, and you don't have a health pool big enough to deal with how hard you're going to be getting hit. Now they get to warp, from place to place. Eventually, they get a nano line for that specifically. They can do, their AoEs are kind of ridiculous. I hope we run into a few nanotechnicians out there, just so I can show you guys. Again, I'm gonna kind of focus on a bureaucrat. They're kind of my new favorite go-to. But let's go ahead and pick the bureaucrat. Now, again, I've played Omni quite a bit in this game, so it's kind of what I like to, bureaucrats, you work for the corporation, obviously, you're doing a lot of paperwork. That's kind of my jam, so that's why I like bureaucrats so much. We're going to go ahead and select that and move on to the next part. Smooth
Please name your
transition
character.
there. Alright, we're going to just call this TO. Or Switch Taupe. There we go. Twitch Taupe. TO. There we go. That gives me enough space. We're going to be at the Nano Mage, and we're going to head straight on down to Ruby Ka. Oh no. 13's too many. Alright. So Twitch it is. And we're going to start our adventure on Ruby Ka. We're going to take the shuttle down to Omni 1, or what should be Omni 1. We're going to end up crashing somewhere else in the starter zone. Now, the starter zone has changed several times. Before, you would have to choose, do you want to be clan, do you want to be Omni, do you want to be neutral, and each one had their own starter zone. They've changed things quite a bit over the years. This is their anniversary / Valentine's Day website shop. You can actually pay for membership. You can, I believe you get points for every month of subscription time that you've gotten. it's just add-ons to the game. I believe you can pay cash money for that. I'm not doing any of that right now, so we're just going to close that out. They've got a going on daily login rewards. I've got other characters that I'm playing, but this will be my character for the Twitch stream, and just different rewards for logging in for the month. But again, I'm going to take about 5-10 minutes to get my keys set up and get the Windows set up and everything else. I'll be right back. We're going to go ahead and we'll keep the stream going, but you all don't need to see this part. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, that took a little bit longer than I wanted to. Again, I'll edit that out for the YouTube upload. But now I've basically got my screen set up the way I've been playing this game for 20 years. Here on the right side, I've got my stats showing my health, my nano pool or mana. I've got my experience and my alien experience, which we'll get into a little bit later, is basically how many enemies you've killed. Alien enemies, that is. I've got what I'm wearing. I've got my weapons, my cloth, my armor, my implants, which we'll get to in a bit, and what I'm wearing socially. So we'll go ahead and put that on there. Actually, that's one of the settings I did not deal with. Let's see, not behavior. Oh, goodness gracious. The equipment window. There we go. We're going to enable the social tab, and then we're going to show the social tab only, so you don't run into that goofy thing of, well, this armor is ugly, but it gives me better stats. Down Now the cool thing about all of these windows is they're adjustable. You can scale them. You can place them wherever you want. The fight target NCU is something I usually have on my casters, so I can see what my debuffs and dots are doing and how long they'll remain. Particularly when it comes to a bureaucrat, you really want to know how much longer your pet's going to be up and available, or actually any of the pets that you've charmed. But we're going to go ahead and get started now that I've actually set my keys right. Been doing that for a while. Give me a template, Funcom. Template, so I can just upload it on any character I play, but that's fine. Now, going into our inventory, let's see what we got here. We've got our health and nano recharger. This is basically a med kit. You have to be sitting on the ground out of combat to use it. This is our stim, quick and fast. You can use this in the middle of combat, but it's going to be locked out for a good 40 seconds. This is what they call the component belt. You put this on to increase your nano control units, which is basically the pool that you can use to buff yourself. We'll get to that in a bit. Now this one comes with, you get 2 slots and it increases your overall total by 20, but you have to have what you'll see here. Your computer literacy is required to be at least 20. Don't have that yet. This is just an extra backpack. I've had to open up more space from our basic inventory. Our solar powered pistol. I believe you can upgrade this one before we leave this starter zone. In fact, you can start dual wielding this one pretty quickly too. It comes with a special attack called Slingshot, and you can. Those are just attacks on a cooldown. Every once in a while, you can just throw out for more free damage, but you have to, of course, increase your skills in it. This is what they call a nano crystal. Now, these are what your spells come in. This one, I mean, I like that it shows you what it will in fact do. This one's going to increase some of our out of combat skills. Particularly important for the bureaucrat, it increases our psychology, it increases our first aid, and our computer literacy skill. The other ones, it's kind of generic for all the classes, so we will activate this one. It opens it up into our programs, and I'll go ahead and move this to my buff bar. So before we got that message saying your computer literacy is required to be at least 20 in order to put this belt on. This gives us a buff of 20, so we're going to go ahead and be able to equip this, which is kind of cool. So now we're going to go ahead and put that on. They started giving everybody these polarized glasses, which gives you a little bit of armor, but oh yes, I just disabled social. I made it social only settings. Let's go back in there. Yes, now my character is showing. We'll enable it. There we go. But now my character is showing the cool glasses that they've given everybody now, and it makes me look a little bit cooler. Now I've got this edgy, tattoo above my eyeglasses, and there we go. I see somebody's keeping up with geopolitics over there. Again, this is just a starter area. It's a little bit of everybody gets to drop in here. This guy's probably doing just like I did and redoing all of his stats because it's a pain in the backside. Now, I'm going to put this on one of my hotbars so I can access it at any time, but I'm also going to put it on my character. I believe it goes on the backside there. So now I'm actually wearing it, so it's an extra spot in my inventory. I can still access it at any time. And does it give me any stat bonus? Yes, it gives me more maximum health and more nano pool. So I'll be able to cast a little bit more. Now, I'm sorry, we left this one other item here. This is the crystal we use to learn the spell for summoning our basic droid. Again, as a bureaucrat, we're not going to get a lot of damage out of this creature, but it is something else to soak up the damage we would normally be facing. Now that I actually have a pet, we're going to go ahead and add the pet information tab, which now popped up here in the middle of the screen. I generally like to keep that underneath my first bar so I can see what's going on there. I'm gonna have to move this other stuff around. Again, you can move any of these windows and configure them as you like. But I'm also going to put a few actions out here. Now, the action bar comes with attack, follow, and wait. I also like to get a report from time to time, particularly when I'm playing a metaphysicist. I need to know how much mana my pets have, what their health status is, how long they're going to be remaining. And then there's pet terminate, so if they start some mess and I need them to stop doing that, I can dismiss them quick, fast, and in a hurry. And I also like to have guard, because from time to time the pet AI is not that great. It won't actually do what you think it should do. We don't need the heal option. We don't have that kind of pet. That's for the metaphysicist again, but we'll leave it at that. Here you can remember pet names and things, so you don't have to keep renaming the pet every time you call them out. Now, we're going to go ahead and put in a command for pet rename Twitch chat. Yes. Why didn't that work? Renamed him Twitch chat, so if I dismiss him and summon him again, which I'd have to do, oh wait, I don't have enough nano pool in order to cast that. So I can now just sit on the ground, use my little first aid kit here, and it will give me back a lot of health and a lot of nano pool rather quickly. It's only got like a 10-second, 12-second cooldown. But now, in order to have a backup droid ready to go in case I do get attacked, we'll just go ahead and summon another one of these droid summon things, and we'll put this on our hotbar just for emergency cases. Now, we're starting here, and of course it's a starter zone, so most of these creatures are not terribly difficult. We're going to start here with Rex Larson, and again, now that I've actually spoken with him, I'm going to go ahead and move the NPC chat box. Make sure my inventory doesn't spin over into it too much. Okay, so now that's just going to make it really difficult to be cool. But what's awesome is once I've done this configuration, I don't have to keep coming back to it. Wow, that's sorry about that flash of light. I don't have to keep coming back to it. These windows will pretty much stay where I put them every time I log in, so I don't have to constantly keep doing this. This guy's basically like, hey, how'd you get here? You shouldn't be here. You don't have an identification. You've snuck aboard. Again, over the 20 years, it's been, you know, you started out with the particular faction, then people were like, well, I don't know which faction I want to play, so they started to come up with a generic way of getting it. There was another one with each of the expansions that came out. There was one specifically for the Shadowlands, but now they've got it to this generic. You've basically stowed away aboard this ship behind us here, and you've arrived, and now you need an identification because you don't have the proper papers. So this guy's going to get us to do our first little quest, and we can show the mission bar here. All right, our mission is to terminate 5 malfunctioning construction bots, I believe they're called. Yeah, there we go. It gives us the amount of time remaining, but if you hover over it, you can see, you know, we've got to kill 5 of these cleaning robots. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this attack icon and put it, we're going to take this attack icon, there we go, this macro, and we're going to put it here to let our pets be the first ones in. The second thing here is just the auto attack to start combat. You can put that on a key if you want to, but I like it on the number 2 spot, just so I remember. Are you kidding me? Okay, apparently my pet is giving me the, I don't know who you are, you're too weak for me to follow. That's fine, we're going to keep moving through that. So it's up to us to start attacking now. So we don't have any combat nanos, so we're going to have to take it as slow as possible. Now you'll notice here, this is the enemy that I've targeted, and let's try and center that. Once these things on the outside go red, I'm now in range, and we're going to see what skills we have here. I believe with the pistol I have equipped, I can have fling shot. There we go. That's that special skill I was telling you about that has its own cooldown. But I need to kill 4 more robots and go ahead and start looting this bad boy. There we go. He didn't have anything on it, but I need that window to stay open on somebody who does. There we go. Yeah, he still doesn't respect me enough. That's fine. Okay, here's the window I needed to have open. So I like to have this window pop up. So if I need to shift and click on it, it'll tell me, it'll give me a description here in the side. This is really made for fixers, so I don't need this. I don't know exactly what you get from crafting this, but you need a few items to go together. Well, that's fine. Mostly I needed this window to be open so I can make sure my inventory is lining up there. Because for some reason, you can't just shift click things into your inventory. There's no loot all button either. So it's kind of, again, one of those quality of life things, but they haven't done it in 20 years, so I don't think they're going to be doing it anytime soon. Again, I can manipulate the size of this window, just make sure there's no scroll bar there to keep my window going. But it's telling me that I now need to kill 3 more enemies in order to finish this quest. So let's go ahead and get this started. There we go. That guy's dead. Again, a bureaucrat with a pistol does more damage than you think he does. And I know a lot of people don't think they do a lot of damage, but here, this Makashish, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that, but they're a fellow player. They're playing a metaphysicist, and that anger manifestation is their version of the pet. So you'll be able to see them hopefully get along. And okay, you're just not listening to me at all, Mr. Robot, but he will eventually, once my stats get up high enough, once I gain a level here, he'll be able to start following my commands, and I'll send him into attack first as opposed to running up against all of these things. I don't know what these are, but I think they go along with that fixer item that we saw previously. There, we're just getting five credits every once in a while. So there we go. We've killed our first 5 robots. This Scrap'em Notum is another thing that you can use in a trade skill. We'll go ahead and pick it up. But now the quest is automatically changed, and now we have to open this cargo box. And here on the compass, you'll see this orange dot. That's the thing that lets you know where your quest is or what location you need to be in. Sorry, this thing kind of auto fades unless you pin it. So now we just return here to Rex and start talking, saying, "Hey, we finished the kill quest. What do we got to do?" All right, a little bit of banter there. One thing that I just noticed, you'll notice here, I've received an award of 1200 XP and 1,000 credits. But 640 of my XP were allocated to personal research. So let's go ahead and get into that. Researching. Right now, you've got several choices to choose from. These are all kind of level locked, but there's 10 stages for each of these researches that you have available. Right now, I've only selected the one for modified pistol. Once I research it, my pistol skill will go up 10 points. I've assigned 50% of my experience gain to go into this research, and you have to reach a certain level of the research XP in order for it to gain a level. That's fine and good. It normally starts at 5, but they've just let you assign it from the jump. Speaking of which, I forgot to do one thing, and that's why my pet's not listening to me. I didn't assign my skill points yet. So now here's my improvement points. I'm able to go into here and adjust my skills. Now your abilities are basically just your physical stats. Again, here it's colored green because I'm a nano mage. It's a combination of breed and class that allows these skills that affects these skills. But because I'm a nano mage and I'm a caster with a pet class, I'm really good at the things that are in green. So I always want to upgrade my psychic and my intelligence skills, and it's going to be cheaper for me to upgrade them than, say, my stamina and sense, which are in the light blue, and definitely cheaper than the agility and strength, which are the darker blue color here. So I'm going to just go ahead and buff all of these up. Now these are the base stats, again, for your character. That, of course, they have knock-on effects for all of your other skills. Moving on to the body and defense. The body development is basically your hit point pool. The nano pool, it does basically what you think it does, but it's even light blue, so it's still cheaper for me to afford than the body development skill. And again, your class will affect that. Since I'm not going to be primarily the target of my enemy's aggression, I don't really get into these evade close combat, martial arts, or duck explosions. Definitely not deflection or dodge ranged attacks. But what I do want to make sure is that I increase my nano resistance. So if a mob tries to cast a nano on me, I have a better chance of negating those effects altogether. As you see here, it breaks down the base skill, what it will be buffed up to, the maximum skill allowed given your level and your ability scores, how much you're currently trying to improve it, how much it costs to improve it coming out of this point pool that you have, and the total cost for making this improvement. So it's costing me 40 points to take my nano resistance from 8 to 12. For nano pool, it's going to cost me 47 points to improve it 5 times. So you see it kind of scales depending upon the color and thus cost. Here my body development for my cast and breed is a bit more expensive to improve. So this point pool doesn't get much bigger. We started with 1500. It's already down to 1133. I haven't increased my nano ability yet. So definitely want all these ones that are green. They're not free, but they're cheaper than the other ones. So nano initiative is, of course, execution, how fast my spells get made. Matter creation is important for any of the pet classes because you're literally creating the creature that you're going to be using. I like to improve all of these as much as I can until I get to the higher levels, of course. Combat and healing. You're going to need first aid in order to use these kits to stay alive longer in combat. So that's what first aid is specifically for these stems. Treatment is for the med kits. So you want to keep those high as possible. Now, as a bureaucrat, I use the charm line in order to take over creatures, so I need to increase this as well. So it's green. I need to go ahead and up that all the time. Trade and repair. Not much here for a bureaucrat to be worried about. Again, the trader and the engineer, this is where they make their bread and butter. The agent will use breaking and entering, and I believe so will the fixer. But the rest of these are literally trade skill abilities. Tutoring lets you learn things, so on and so forth, for quite a while and kind of buff your way as a get around certain skill or requirement locked ability or items. But computer literacy is also how you get around using the grid system. So I'm going to keep increasing that. Now, exploring, the only thing that I really need to focus on, because this is really, really expensive for my breed and class, is the run speed, because eventually you need this to be as large as possible, because there are vast distances that you need to travel. Also, as a caster, I don't have a lot of health, so if it's going bad and I need to run away to get to the zone and get out, I need to have my run speed up and going. Now, as you see, they disabled map navigation and swimming, which used to be a bigger thing when the game first launched. But they just put it in its own category instead of getting rid of those skills altogether. Trap disarmament is basically for when you're in a dungeon and you need to disarm traps, obviously. And concealment is your hiding ability, but like I'll try and hide right now. Actually, I don't know if I know how to do that. There we go, the sneak skill. And I suck at it so bad that everything in the zone has already detected me. So, but again, for agents, for fixers, this is where they make their living. They can hide and then do their sneak attack. Oh, also for the shades, that's the skill that they would focus on. But now we're just going to move to ranged weapons. Again, I've got a pistol already equipped on me, so that's what I need. Everything else I'm not going to focus on at the moment, except for perhaps my ranged initiative is basically how fast my attacks go off, and multi-ranged. Because when I want to start dual wielding, I need to have multi-ranged up and going, so we can go ahead and get that done. Then I've got my ranged special attacks. Right now, the weapon I have only has fling shot. I believe if I upgrade it to the next version, I'm going to need burst. So we'll go ahead and keep that going as well. Sorry, there was some noise outside my window. I don't know what that was. But let's see. We've got our health points, our magic points, our resistances. We've got a ranged weapon. Obviously, all of our casting skills. And as you see here, we've got skill resets, a global skill reset, and then an individual skill reset. Right now we don't need all of that. So there, we're just going to save those changes. They're going to kick in. As you see, my stats are being adjusted here. But now we're going to stop trying to sneak because we suck at it. And I can't even perform a sneak attack because I just don't have anything that allows me to do that. None of my weapons do it. None of my abilities require it. So we're going to just leave that alone. But now, my pet is actually listening to me. So that's interesting. He did not respect me, but now I promoted myself. And here is where you see why I've got my NCU. Or my nano control unit. I'm using 5 out of the 10 possible because of all the things that I have equipped. One moment, I've got a message on my phone, and I just got to grab it and see what's going on here. Okay, sorry, just a message coming in, making sure it wasn't my kids, or something going on with my kids. Now, as you see, Twitch chat is ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and unleash them on some of these robots now that he's actually following commands. But someone cast a partial deflection shield on me, which increases my armor class, and it reflects damage back towards whatever's attacking me, which is cool. But I'm also running this composite utility expertise nano, which improves some of my off-combat skills. And Lena 5 is a soldier, and that's kind of what they deal with. They deal with shields and deflecting damage and really being the ranged tank class. Now, this little thing is a piece of armor. However, I think I'm only going to put that on as a social piece of armor. See if it adjusts my sleeves here. Yep, now I'm wearing short sleeves. So there's how you can use all of that. So, no, don't. Oh, okay, that's a regular cleaning robot. I need a malfunctioning one. So as you see, the social armor is kind of cool, and it gets rid of that thing that normally happens in games of, oh my goodness, you look like a clown show. Why don't you take all of that off? But we'll just keep putting the armor there because we're going to get what they call the Newcomer Set, which is what is referred to as a leveling piece of equipment. As you go up in level, you can increase its item level so that it will grow with you. It gives you a lot of bonuses in terms of NCU control. Nano control units, so we can put more buffs on, and it gives you basic, pretty good all-around armor just for adventuring around. Now, this icon here says that we've leveled up, so we can go back in here and get more available points. One of the cool things that I've always enjoyed about this game is that it's had this suggested IP distribution button. If you don't know, or this wall of text is too intimidating to figure out what you want to do or what you ought to be doing, you can go ahead and hit the suggested improvement point distribution. Now, I believe this only works up to level 20, but that's enough time for you to get a good idea as to where your character ought to be going, what skills you should be improving. Okay, we're going to hit close and cancel that out and show it again. I don't know what happened there. There. It's automatically distributed all the points into places it thinks, the game suggests, I should be putting my skill points towards. It's got my pistol, my psychology. It likes to do more of the dodging stuff, which is fine at the beginning, but you really need to start saving up these improvement points because things start getting ridiculous expensive later. So I'm going to let it go for the first few levels and improve all of these because these are the things that I were going to improve anyway. My casting skills, my ability skills, and you can go back and check and see what it's doing. It improved all of my abilities. It improved some in combat stuff. Now I can duck and dodge in combat, ranged and close combat. It says, okay, you are a bureaucrat, so we're not going to improve any of your melee skills, but we're definitely going to jump up your pistol skill. Again, I want to buff up this multi-range so I can make sure that I can dual wield. And if I look at my weapon here, it tells me that in order to dual wield, I'll need multi-range of 6. That's for now. There are other pistols that I hope to acquire later that I'm gonna need. I'm gonna need some more multi-range skill on that. So I keep adding to that a little bit by little bit. Again, range initiative is how fast my little skill bar ticks back and forth, reducing my cooldown on my pistol. So I like upping that when I have extra points to spend. It did not increase any of my range specials. Again, the weapon I have is allowing me to use fling shot. The weapon I want to get will allow me to use burst, so I'm going to do that as well. So I'll be able to use both of those skills every time I'm in combat. It increased most of my nano skills. Apparently, as a bureaucrat, matter metamorphosis is not a skill I use. Again, in order to save points, I'm fine with letting that happen. It increased my psychology and my first aid skill, my treatment skill. Good with all that because the 3 other ones in here I don't use. Trading and repair, it improved my computer literacy and left everything else alone. Now, I'm going to just keep bumping up pharmacological technology. There we go. Because that's a kind of cheap way to make money in early game. But outside of that, I believe I'm good. Okay, did it increase my run speed? Yes, it did. Now the vehicle, air, ground, water, you can buy vehicles to do all of that. Adventuring is for certain backpacks that you have to do or some certain special items. I'm not going to focus on that. So I'm going to go ahead and save the changes. Again, my stats are going to go up accordingly on what I increased. And I'm just going to kill a few more robots here to try and get to the next level. Because again, I'm increasing research and I'm just gaining straight up experience myself for leveling. I don't know what this is. I don't think I've ever used it. I'm not worried about it. But here is, again, another new player coming in. It comes in, she's a female enforcer. She's a Solitist female enforcer. Her alignment is neutral. Again, these are the different factions you can join. You can join Omni, you can join the clans, or you can remain neutral. And each side gets a different bonus based on the ongoing warfare, the land control units. It's a whole other thing. I don't really get into it much. But now we've got another one, Kidder Pal here, and she's an Opifex martial artist. Again, she's neutral. She's going to be getting the same bonus as everybody else. You've got profession titles, which are basically ranks and grades. You go from, priest to bishop to cardinal to archbishop. All of those, it's your level. And each class has its own titles. Like she's an initiate. Marivelle is a docker. Wrong button. I am a clerk. Bureaucrats. Eventually I'll be getting up to CEO, CFO, all of that. But that's your title level. Those, I believe, are at certain fixed levels you get that promoted up. Let's see here. I've got a Android NCU upgrade and some boots. I know that I have an Android. I've got a robot with me, but that's more of a engineer thing. But again, we're just going to keep putting on whatever equipment we got. So now I got some fancy boots that don't really do much in terms of protecting me, but I'm just going to put all the ugly gear on my social tab and eventually pray that it gets better. What do I just call it? Okay, but now our mission is to talk to this guy. And this guy is going to say, okay, he's going to give me some banter about, yes, I'll help you on your mission, but he gave me a fire extinguisher, which I have to pick up and use on one of these handy-dandy little fires here. Get my little da-na-na-na, mission completed. Let's give him some banter, but now he wants his fire extinguisher back, which he can have. And he's just basically sending me off to the next guy. Now, one of the little things you can do while exploring here and the newbie area is to help this guy get his workers up off the ground. You just run over here. He gave you a first aid stim. I just need to use that. Target them. Right click it. It's using the item. Yes, he's gotten up off the ground. He's fully healed now. Mission complete. Now this guy's over here and he started a fight with something. I hope he's done. Nope. So now I gotta fight this burning cleaning in order to open him back up in the conversation. I'll let him know that I healed one of his workers. And he's gonna give me a reward of a health and stim nano set, which can go ahead and stack with these. So now I've effectively increased, doubled my healing equipment. But he's telling us that we need to go down here and forgive the graphics there. We need to go down here to the junkyard and continue on through the tutorial area, talking to a Mr. Flint Novak, whoever that may be. Taking a look over here, I see that a OG Senpai Blub has followed me, and I appreciate the follow. Thank you there, sir. We're trying to get a number of followers for the year. I believe we're trying to get up to 100 followers. Also, I see that Robo's Keep has joined. He's following me as well. I need to pay more attention to that. I've got the TV and the monitor off on different areas, but you'll forgive, I'm still kind of new to this. Plus, I can't really adjust this TV. It's the one in the bedroom, so not going to mess with that too much. But here's Flint Novak. We're going to go ahead and get another bit of the breadcrumbs into the starter area. He's basically telling me that I need to find a bioanalyzing computer. And I get it off of the robot bodies here, so eventually I have to kill 7 robots in this junkyard. Now, what we have here is essentially the very first mini-boss in the game, the Cleanmeister Intelligence Robot. Now, if I have him targeted and I hit my information button, it tells me that I might be able to kill it myself, but it also might attack me on sight. But in the meantime, this stupid garbage flea has attacked me. So we'll go ahead and kill him first and get rid of him. I was trying to describe something, sorry. But we still need to kill 7 robots, so let's go ahead and sick Twitch chat on this guy. Now, while he's fighting, let me make sure I've got everything up and running on the stream, because I'm not seeing Twitch chat. Okay, we're gonna have to do something about, making the Twitch chat more visible for me, so I can go ahead and respond to you guys. All right, we're gonna try taking on this robot here. Throwing some flint shots at him. Hey, Twitch chat, get in there and start fighting. There we go. Good. Now, as you can see, it kind of auto adjusts the screen. I'm dying, so I'm going to go ahead and pop one of these stems and get back up to health. I can only use those in combat again. But there we go. We've killed 2 out of the 7, and these mini bosses, of course, come with their own loot. Now, the only problem is, most of these I can't really use. I can use this hand cannon, the baby monster, the Soul K94 baby monster, which uses bullets, which is something I would need to purchase. The assault rifle is more for the soldier class. This warblade is more for the adventurer class, maybe even the keepers. This relieving salve is unfortunately not usable by my profession. I am a bureaucrat. This is more for the fixers. This is just some hologram thing I think I need to take control of. I would wear that, but that's female body. Well, you know what? Just for fashion, let's show you everything here. I'd go ahead and put this on. It goes on the chest. And now my character is wearing this nice halter top looking thing with short sleeves, so yay that. It's a thing, so there we go. Sorry, let me just adjust some stuff on the side here so I can see what's going on. Alright. Ah, there's the chat. There we go. Robo's Keep. For a bureaucrat, recommend concentrating on evades. I agree with you, but no, I understand the principle you're talking about, Robo. But for me, as a bureaucrat, I'm not trying to evade. I am trying to just deal as much damage as it is. Now, that's just a thing about me. I'm weird in that I play MMOs solo quite a bit, so I need whatever it is I'm fighting to be dead as soon as humanly possible. I will team occasionally, but I'm not really doing any kind of massive raids or anything like that. And since my robot isn't doing ridiculous amounts of damage, I mean, let's see how long it takes for him to actually... Okay, he hit him once. 4. It's going to take him about 5 seconds to hit the creature again. That means I'm over here waiting for 5 to 10 seconds while I could be doing that much damage. And if I've got my pistols up and running, I would love to be able to do that, but sitting there waiting for my robot to kill it is not working on a bureaucrat as fast as I would like. So again, it's increased all of that. I need to keep my pistol skills up, keep my ranged up, keep the multi-range going. Alright, you've increased. Again, I really love this suggested IP distribution, and if you ever try this game out, please, if you're confused, go ahead and do that. It's worth it. It's definitely worth the time. Keep the run speed going, keep the nanos going, and make sure my specials keep going up as well. particularly the fling and burst shot. So again, I'm not going to spend all of my points. Trust me, that will come later. It's going to happen quite a bit. You're going to run out of improvement points quick, fast, and in a hurry. So there. Now, the robot was going to attack me anyway because my pet is not best pet. We need to grab this robot junk. It's a tool we'll use later for all of my Mickey Mouse Clubhouse friends out there. So there we go. Now Twitch chat is over there. I think I've got 3 more to kill. Okay, yeah, 2 more. Cleaning robot. There we go. We got a waste stupid garbage flea. Get off of me. There we go. I saw you coming this time. Now, off in the background here, we've got another mini boss, the Supreme Collector of Waste. Yeah, thank you. Is it Silliger Russell? I saw that and I wanted to say silver, but I see it's Silliger Russell. Yeah, my pet is not the best of the pet classes, but again, it's just there to distract something long enough for me to either charm another target and or put pistols into that into that thing as fast as humanly possible. So yeah, okay. Did we finish our mission? No, we need to kill another robot or 2. So we're just going to target this guy and wipe the floor with him. Ironically. We need 1 more robot. There we go. That mission is now done. I think I need a compression chamber for upgrading my weapon eventually to what I want it to be. I need to grab... No, I think for my pistols, it's not compression chambers. Maybe it's for one of the bracelets. I don't know. Anyway, it's still a good idea for me to... You stupid garbage fleas! Ooh, I can't wait till I'm leveled out of your zone. Your aggro range. Ooh. Ooh, I cannot wait. I was trying to heal there. There we go. Okay, I guess since the person we're going to is this way, we're just going to kill garbage fleas until we can get around this corner real quick. Because I don't believe I'm strong enough to take on that guy. I know the venom sample is used and a bracelet as well, which converts your damage to poison damage. But since I'm not really one of those people focused on the ACs for my enemies, it's not a big deal. It just converts, like right now I'm doing projectile damage. Like, here's another one of those mini bosses. IIB-X Advanced Doctor. Somebody just kind of trained this guy on top of me. That's cool. That happens. Because the enemies in this game don't really drop aggro until you zone out. Yeah, I think the Advanced Doctor is going to do a bit of Twitch chat. Get in there. No, I don't need you to attack me. I need you to attack it. There, get in there. I need to. There we go. Whew. He got off. Alright, I guess he did drop aggro on me. That's cool. Alright, Twitch chat. Let's get that figured out before we go too much further. You need to get in there and save my butt. So that's why I put on the guard button. Yes, I will protect you to the best of my ability. Alright. Now our objective is to deliver this computer to Alex Gibbs here. There we go. Let's go ahead and get this little item. Okay. Gotta talk to old which is further along, more breadcrumbs to follow. But since I'm going to go ahead and cheat a bit, I know... Ooh, wait a minute, that's a bad spot for the trade window. There we go. I love that you can move all of these screens over as far as you want to. That's cool. Gotta make space for extra bags. Now, again, been playing this game since 2001. I am not able to take anything out of this bag and sell directly into this trade window. I have to take it out of this bag, put it into my inventory, and then drag it from my inventory over to this window. Why they haven't fixed that, I don't know. Will they ever fix that? I also do not know, but it is a pain in my backside. Every time my bags get full, I've got to go through this whole process of dragging and dropping stuff. I can't even shift click it because shift clicking just tells me what it is and gives me information about it. Okay, speaking of which, that's a bad spot for that trade. I will have to adjust my other bags as I get them, but I know I'm going to need a screwdriver. I know I'm going to need this bioanalyzer computer, and I know I'm going to need this personalization device. That's just, again, skipping ahead a bit. I'm not going to be messing with any of this other stuff. I don't need a nano programming interface. And I don't need the field quantum physics all-purpose tool either. So, that's outside of that, I believe I'm good. This overall transaction will cost me 1,000 credits, so I've got 4,000. So I'll go ahead and get this done here. But I can use this screwdriver to break these pieces of robot junk that I've collected and make these little chips. Now, I believe the trade skill... Okay, there we go. The trade skill kit. You would put your sources in here, and you would try and build something if you wanted to go ahead and get your trade skilling in. As a crack, not really big into that. I just know where this quest line is going. So I believe if I have my combinations right, I take this. Oh no, I do this, then that. There we go. And create this basic robot brain, and then I put that on top of that. There we go. Now that's my personalized basic robot brain. Alex hasn't given me the quest for this yet, but that's what we'll need for later. So we've gone ahead and built that. Let's go ahead and finish the quest she wants us to do. Along the way here, we're going to stop. We're going to get a Bronto burger. Buying it from this vendor. It's the plain Bronto burger. Since we're going this way. Again, it'll be something we need for later. So, Alex wants us to go ahead, target this surveillance droid. And where is it? Where's that? Where's that? Too far away, you gotta get closer. Use this item on this droid. Oh. Sorry, not left click, right click. Am I using the wrong tool? Target the surveillance droid and use the monitor. Oh, sorry. There we go. Watch it. There we go. I was doing it in the wrong order. So now it's giving me a recording device. It's just going to ask me to go down the hallway here. Okay, well, not the robot. I perhaps need to rename it. But it wants me to bug this guy's houseplant, and so now I put that there. Get my little music going. But Desmond also gives out quests, and it says, do you have any work? He's like, yes, give me a Bronto burger, no problem. Talk to him again. I have your Bronto burger without cheese. There we go. Now he wants me to kill these 2 protesters outside his window. So again, gonna set my pet on him and then fling shot him down, and then especially when I upgrade it, it's gonna be burst on there as well, so it's gonna be a lot of fun just taking these guys down. It becomes way easier, way faster. There's my 2 protesters dead. Takes these guys a little while to fall down. Okay, return to Desmond. I say took care of these guys. He's gonna ask me to take care of, I believe this is what, the 4th mini boss we're gonna run into now. This guy all the way at the end here. Yes, this gentleman here in the orange jumpsuit, one Cedric Harding. Our mission, should we choose to accept it, which we already did, is to kill this guy, and hopefully we can do it before he spawns some ads. He's orange colored. Oh, got one ad. Not too bad, not too bad. But Mr. Harding has now faced an unfortunate end. We can talk to Officer Bill here and give him the thing we were supposed to give him. There we go, that's another level. But as a reward for taking out Cedric, we got 3 different suits we can put on. A nano armor suit, which is good for casters because it reduces your casting cost and gives you XP, gives you an XP bonus. This one is just simply the brute suit. It gives you XP and additional health and additional offense. Or the one for the dock workers overall, it gives you health and nano and XP. And it gives you just better base armor. I'm going to go ahead and put this on. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Not socially. You're going to go on the back. I don't have the stats for it. It says I need agility of 13. It is what it is. Let's see if we can go ahead and put on this side. Come over here. Okay, we can put on the nanotech suit, and then we can still be wearing the brute suit as our social armor, because I don't think I have this. Yeah, I don't have the stamina or strength, which are again stats not great for my class to be used. Just gonna have to figure that out. Now we did just level up again, but I've got some more quests that I need to take care of, so we'll finish up our conversation here with Bill. He's going to send us to kill another guy. So as you see, Rubicon is just full of people that needs killing. And you can try and do some, the man with no name, spaghetti western type stuff, fistful of dollars, and do it that way. Or you can pick a side and say, I won't be doing this quest or that quest. But if we can get our pet to ever show up again, and that's another thing. This game... Oh, thank you, Athos, for letting me know that the music's too high. I'll have to work on that in the next stream, but we'll see how that goes. Thank you again for letting me know about that. Again, I'll have to work on some way of adjusting where my computer is to my TV, but I don't know if turning the computer this way would be helpful, because then I have this giant TV in front of me. But I got to figure it out at some point. That's fine. Yeah, because I mean, since I did my streaming months ago, I've gotten a new rig. I was on a laptop previously, but now I've gotten a full-on desktop with its own curved monitor. So my The spatial difference is still a pain, but I'll get around to it. Thank you again, Athos, for pointing that out for the music. I'll see if I can work on that, adjusting everything. Let's see. Now we have to talk with Alex again and let him know that we finished that whole line. Yes. Can you tell me how to make a personalized brain? Oops. I made a poobie. Okay, I'm just gonna have 2 brains, I guess. But now it's asking me to do the things that I did earlier. I should have just bought them without having to actually do them. I completely forgot about that part. My bad, dog. Okay, cool. We got this robot junk. We're gonna go ahead and do that. Just gonna move on to the next part of the quest. Say buy the things that we've already bought. Thankfully, money's not too bad of a thing to worry about in this game because you get tons of credits all the time. We're just going to do that to that. Just going to move on to the next thing. Tell us to do this to that. There we go. We got 2 robot brains. Talk to Alex. I've got your robot brain here. Take this one. Now, unfortunately, you can only put this on the right shoulder. So we'll move this over to the cloth area. Yeah, the combat music, I normally... sorry, I'm answering a chat quick. Normally I keep the combat only to difficult enemies. I guess I forget at low levels how much that can actually kick in from time to time. So, but again, thanks for letting me know. I'll do my best to adjust the speaker. I've been playing this game so long, I know all of the music anyway. Sometimes I do in fact listen to just the soundtrack of this game. So, but speaking with Alex, and reward for this quest is trade skill experience, Nano. Again, only ones I really use here are Pharmatech for kind of sneaking around and getting once I get my biocom and some animal parts, that's when I really start using that. I know I should level up here, but what else we got? I got to talk to Stan Goodman, which is kind of getting me where I wanted to go anyway, because I need to get the newcomer armor so I can start taking advantage of that as soon as possible. Newcomer armor again is one of those leveling armors. It will increase with you as you go along. I'm not sure what it tops out at. In ages past, I've gone with what they call the living cyber armor as well. That I know can go up to a quality level of 200, so I'll be able to use that as I reach, cap level for the game. Now, looking at the chat, I've been at this for an hour and a half. I need to take a small break. I'm going to stop right here, but I'll be right back. See if I can try and adjust some things on the sound levels, because now I'm looking at it, my microphone is spiking kind of high. So let me adjust a few things, but I need to take a small break, and I'll be right back. Thank you. All right, back at it again, ladies and gentlemen. Had to go make sure the pets had enough food and water. Uh, Definitely don't want my kids or my wife to come home and realize, oh no, Daddy let the pets die while he was streaming. That would be a bad look for most everybody. So, also, Athos, if you're still with me, if you can let me know if the volume for the music is still too high. I've kind of lowered it a bit. Um, I really wish the chat would stop doing that refresh every 2 minutes, but that's cool. There we go. Again, right back where we were. Now this guy is just a jerk, but he's one of those things, breadcrumbs. He's over here spitting some cringe stuff, okay, and he's introducing you to the insurance terminal, which is one of the mechanics of this game. If you die and you haven't saved in a while, it's going to put you into experience debt. So this way you can come in, save what experience you've gained. So the 1481 that I have right now it's actually going to store 1200 experience that I've gotten. Okay. Yeah, it's just letting me know that up until level 20, every time I go up a level, it automatically saves for me. But after level 20, you definitely need to make sure that you use these every once in a while, particularly if you're going to go do something crazy. Say goodbye to him and then talk to him again. I've used the scanner, and this is the only game that I can remember that ever did this to you. It kills you. It just straight up says you're dead. I took 97,000 points of damage all in one go. That's kind of weird. But while I'm here, thank thank you to Athos70, OG Senpai Blub, Robo's Keep for following me. Again, I'm trying to get to 100 followers. I don't really... I'm not good at all this, so any followers that I can get, I appreciate. Thank you all for letting me know, And again, any advice you've got during the stream to improve the quality, I'll definitely be going through and listening to all of that feedback. I got no problem doing that. Just doing this really for fun, and hope you guys are enjoying yourself. Hope that I can make the stream better for you as we go along. So now I got to yell at this guy. I was like, hey, why'd you kill me? I was like, I'm showing you the mechanics, so deal with it. Okay, yes. Okay, fine, Patrick, whatever. Alright, Patrick just gave me another NCU control belt. This one now has 3 slots. I don't know if I'm even wearing one. Yes, I am wearing one, but I don't have any additional NCU decks to go with it. Now it's going to drop my maximum NCU by 2. And I can't even wear it yet because I don't have enough computer literacy in order to make that a thing. But again, I've gone up a level. I'm going to hit the suggested again. It's going to automatically do what it needed to do. Let me just make sure I get these going up. Trader repair. I think I'll stop Pharmatech at 50 for what I needed to do, especially in this zone. And get my, not melee specials, range specials. There we go. Those are up as maximum as possible. Yeah, it's going to do what it's going to do there. Run speed's good. Alright, save the changes, save some more IP, and keep on moving. Now, I've got to talk to one Stanley Goodman. But along my way to Stanley, I'm going to stop here by Sarah Green, pick up the newcomer armor that I know I need since I can afford it at this level. I'll get the chest piece, the boots, the gloves, the pants, and a couple of sleeves. Hit accept and buy all of that. And then equip it all. Oh wait, nope, take that off. Let's go ahead and level all of this stuff up to the maximum I can, which is only level 4 at the moment. Alright, so every level from here on out I should be able to put... Oh, I was trying to put it on the legs. There we go. Boots go on feet, bro. So I'll be able to level up this equipment. I believe it's 50 credits per item, per level increase. But this is pretty good armor. It increases my NCU, which is the most important part for right now. I'll replace it eventually with the living cyber armor and see if I can get that going. Quick chat. Alright, keep that going. Alright, now I don't really need to talk to her for anything else at this moment. But right now, there we go. And now that I'm looking at it, these boots do not go with this outfit. So we're just going to take those off and delete it. It's, well, no, you know what? We'll sell it. We're stand. Gonna upload the, there we go, the waypoint. And get this going. Now, here he is, Stanley Goodman. There's pretty cool guy shades going on there. Alright. And this guy's going to teach us about concealment and sneaking and a bit of lockpicking, if I recall correctly. There we go. Now what he wants us to do is come over here. There we go. And start sneaking, and then Oof, I started sneaking way too late. Or way too early, sorry. Alright, let's just wait for that to refresh real quick. Alright, concealment skill available again. So now our objective is to go past this robot dog. Oh, my sugar. I forgot to go buy a lockpick. Kind of need it for this part of the quest. So we're just going to go over here to the tool shop, buy a lockpick, and then come right on back. See, it's times like this I really wish I was a fixer, because those guys start moving pretty quick. Alright, but there's our lockpick. Get that, open that up in our inventory. There we go, now we got a lockpick. There we go. Take the contents of this chest. Again, if you're looking at this and saying, oh my goodness, what is this guy doing? These graphics look horrible. You got to remember, this is a 20-year-old game. Yeah, they're celebrating their 20-year anniversary this year. Bit of promos going on and such. But great graphics have not always been the best. Okay, the dog is attacking me, and I failed the lockpick. And I can't be in a fight anyway. Oh, great. This is going horribad real quick. Yeah, I absolutely stink, and this robot dog is level 13. I'm level 4. I should already be dead. No, we're not going to delete it. We're going to try and... Okay, this is one of those things that's going to take a while. I've been goofed, and I don't know if I can ungoof this. Let's see if we can run away, get our pet to follow us so he stops combat. See if I can find a guard somewhere and kind of reset all of this. Alright, I think I'm out of combat. Okay, there's that robot dog again. Alright, let's try this one more time. Alright, we're going to hit the conceal button. We're going to sneak past the dog. Stay out of its line of sight this time. And it's giving it to me. Okay, there's some rubber banding lag. That was kind of cool. Failed again. Alright, let's see. Alright. Not great, Bob. Not great. I've been trying to right click on it. I need to left click on it. So let's try this again. There we go. Mission accomplished. I got the adaptation factory. Now the dog's trying to attack me again, but I'm out. I don't need any of this, and let's get... Hey, ICC Peacekeeper. Hey. Hey, see this dog trying to kill me? Okay, cool. It stopped chasing me. Alright, so back to Stan Goodman. And I see somebody has cast Relieving Salve on me, so some fixer came by and said, hey, you want some health? It's pretty cool. Oops. Had the inventory open. Okay, give him that. Give him this. Give him this. And give him this. There we go. That was fun. Cool. Bye, dude. Alright, next job is to come up with some nano programs. So we're just going to run over here to the nano shop and get the bureaucrat starter kit. Give me 1 second here. I know there's a way to adjust the time for it to keep repeating that. Okay, yes, this is thrilling content. Obviously, I've got to be offline. I'll just keep going with that. We'll skip all of this for right now. There we go. Let's go ahead and refresh the chat. Okay. But our goal for this moment is to come in and buy some nanos. It's a starter kit. Basically, based on your profession, is what this guy's got to sell you. Let's see. That's the trader. We're a bureaucrat. That's the one we want. There we go. I love that all of these cost 1,337. Again, this came out when Leet Speak was a thing. So there we go. Now we've got all these different kits out here for us. Composite Attribute Boost, which I'll just go ahead and add to the buff bar. Put on myself. What do we got here? We've got Winter's Bite, which is an attack nano. So we'll go ahead and add that to the 5 spot. Again, I want to get Burst as a thing. Momentary Daze is a root, so that can go 6th. Distracted Gaze, which basically prevents things from joining combat. Can't do it yet. Temporary Glamour is our first charm spell. Don't have the stats for that yet. Limited Worker Droid and Faithful Worker Droid. That one costs 74, that one costs 48, so this is the bigger one. We'll go ahead and learn them both, or no, we can only learn the other one, sorry. Let's see, have these auto-arranged by nano cost, going upwards. So as we add things, they'll be going in an increasing level. So now we can go in here, delete this item, because that would have spawned the old worker droid, cast it again. Now we're going to tell our pet to go away. There we go. Tell him to go away. Activate the new pet with the same name. And now this one is a level 3 as opposed to level 1. But that's that mission done, and we're good. Now we got to go talk to Sarah Green for her part of the quest line here. Just following breadcrumbs, explaining different portions of the mechanics of the game, which is cool. I like how they did all of this. A lot of games, they don't even have like a good tutorial level. This is a bit more than the kill 10 rats, but not much more. But it's still a good way of learning everything. Okay, right now she wants me. Right now she wants me to go find a thief and recover her equipment. Now, yeah, memory serves right. The thief is down here behind some garbage fleas, which is something I still despise. Let's see, but that garbage flea is level 5. Now let's see if the new and improved robot can get in there and get some work done. Alright. Yeah, the garbage flea attacks a whole lot faster than my robot does, and he even just starts ignoring the robot eventually. So, pistol to the face. There we go. We've gotten our level up. And we got our research completed, so now we hit level 5, and that just says you can now allocate research, which we already did from the start of the game. Oh, perhaps not the best time. There we go. I knew that garbage flea would come after me. Alright, eat crap pistols. Now we're going this way simply because there's a credit card down here we can pick up for an easy 15,000, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. Finders keepers indeed. There we go. Yeah, I don't believe this game was ever designed to have any kind of chat going on, so it's kind of difficult. I've got to have it windowed and have chat on another screen altogether because there's no overlay that this game will accept. So that's why I keep looking over to the side every once in a while. But here is the direction we need to go in order to get to the body that we're looking for one Sarah Green. But what we do have is this credit card. We're going to go ahead and steal the money. It's going to give us 15,000 credits all of a sudden. And finish that quest. But cool thing about this relieving salve is now I don't really have to worry about getting dead as fast. You know, we're going to freeze you so you can't come and attack me, personally. Yeah, being a bureaucrat has been pretty good. It's one of those cool things where you're so good at so many things, particularly the way I like to play MMOs, which is solo. Who's attacking me? Oh, that flea that I did not see. Been at it for a little while now. I'm going to finish up this quest, and then I think I'm going to start working on upgrading my pistols. And then I believe I'm going to have to go, because it's getting about that time for me to start taking care of the house, getting dinner ready, all of that there. But we'll see how far I can get within, let's say, the next half hour. It's pretty basic for right now. But again, I want to thank you guys for joining the chat and joining and following me on Twitch. That really helps. Lets me know that I'm doing something right and that you guys enjoyed this content at least enough to click on those 2 buttons for me. Thank you for that. There'll be more of this content going along. I believe I subscribed for the month, so we should be decent on that. I might keep it going as a thing, but I just don't know if I can do the yearly plan that they want to sell me, of course. That's a problem. Oh my goodness, I'm still getting killed. Perhaps not look at your phone. And worry about this mutated garbage flea, which is a level 7. Oh, I'm getting attacked by multiple things. That's not cool. That's why I'm dead. And there's the death animation. Oh no! Stop spinning around. Okay, so I wasn't strong enough to fight that guy and have an ad jump on me at the same time. So, noted. But that gives me a chance to go and do what I was going to do, which is to upgrade my pistol, get a second pistol from our friend Mr. Stackland here. I would like to upgrade my weapon. I want to upgrade my pistol. And he's going to give me the quest to do that. Now, in order to do this, I want a second pistol, which I can go ahead and equip anyway. I'm going to need an adaptation factory, 2 of those, I believe. Alright, get this pistol equipped. Stat. There we go. Now I'm dual wielding as a good krat should. But in order to do this, I need a power supply. I need 2 power supplies. So we're going to go farm some robots here for a little bit. Again, this might get cut out of the YouTube video. I just noticed something that apparently the Twitch chat's not showing up in the stream, which is a problem. I'll have to adjust that as well. I thought I had taken care of that, but it's been a minute. So forgive me for that, for you guys not being able to see the chat going back and forth and forth. Yeah, Twitch just simply not coming up. That's something I'll have to fix in a little bit later. Let's just go ahead and lock that in for right now. Okay, that was weird. But here, we got to go back and farm some of these robots for the, what is it? For the power supplies that they have. Hopefully I'll get a couple of these drops quickly here. Use that just for the experience. There we go. 5 XP isn't much, but it's something. Thankfully, somebody rebuffed me with that relieving salve. That's kind of cool. And the better part is that thing runs for hours, so that's really handy. So I don't have to worry about that for quite a bit. And it persists through logout, so that's good as well. So it's actually that many hours of real time before that nano wears off, which is always a good thing. As you can see, some of these composite nanos last for like 8 hours at a time. I don't know if I've ever seen those run out. Okay, I got 1 power supply, so let's take this off. What we're supposed to do, we take this adaptation factory, apply it to the power supply, add that to the gun, and now I've got an electrical surge pistol, which also comes with the burst special ability and it increases my maximum health. So now there's another action I can add to my bar here for the 4 slot of burst mode, which is good to go. Now let's get another power supply and start off with burst of, wow, 44 points of burst damage to the face. Basically one hit that guy into another realm. But as you can see, a Krat dual wielding pistols can be a DPS monster if you let him do it right. Now, that's not to say that I am king of the heap when it comes to DPS, but for the way I play, this is really, really, really handy. Okay, just adjusting some more stuff in the Twitch stream. Hopefully I can get this all nailed down so I don't have to constantly look over there. But again, I don't know if there's a way I can have the Twitch chat show up on the primary screen that I'm looking at. I'll do some work on it. I tried to have the projector overlay on it. That didn't work out. Again, this game's so old it wasn't built for any kind of streaming. So I don't. There's no overlay that it accepts automatically, or that I can use, as I'm playing the game to see the chat. I'll have to work on that going forward. All right, come on, give me the power supply I'm looking for. Give me the power supply I'm looking for. Nope, I'm gonna get a whole heap of credits, I guess, doing this, but not what I'm looking. Yes! Sorry, I stopped him from doing his flip, mid-flip. Alright, keep doing the suggested IP distribution. Make sure my range specials are going out there, my fling and my burst. Now, unfortunately, it only lets me do the special attacks for one weapon, regardless of how many weapons have the same special attack. So it's not like I get to burst with both pistols. But that's fine because the burst is on a much longer cooldown anyway than the fling attack. Revenge flees there, since one of you killed me. Yeah, one-shotting these creatures makes a lot of this time go by real quick. But again, as I go up in level, I can do like 100 damage per shot on these guys before I think I get to level 25, which here would be far too much overkill, but definitely where I'm going. The subway, the Temple of the Three Winds, doing that much damage every 2 seconds is kind of cool. And then adding the fling and the burst damage on top of that is even better. Now let's see if I can get you, yep, momentarily dazed. So you stay there and I back up a bit. But shook that root off because I kept attacking him. Alright, Lesser Suppressor and SMG buff that I can't use. That's for fixers. Let's go ahead and get rid of some of this stuff in the inventory here. That can go there, that can go there. This can go there for the moment. Just to make a wee bit of space. Alright, I'm not an adventurer, so that's not going to do me any good. And I need to remind myself to go ahead and upgrade the armor that I'm wearing, but I'll do that a little bit. I'll do that as I get off. You guys don't need to see me do that every time I gain a level, particularly in this zone where you level so quickly. Alright, you guys are not dropping the power supplies. Is it the skinny robots that do that? Let's go murk some of them. Yep. Suffer the wrath of the bureaucrat. Fall down so I can loot you. There we go. Where'd you go? You just fell straight out of the map. That's... Wow. Okay, you went over there somehow. I don't... No, that's the one I killed before. That's cool. Fine. Lost you. Lost the loot. Nope, don't need any of that. But technically, as a bureaucrat, the first thing I should do is to root the enemy, then shoot the enemy. But I tend to just be like, hey, you spawned right in front of me, that's cool. Okay, this shiny sword might be handy later. Alright, one shot you to death. Good. The garbage fleas are gray now, so they won't be attacking me anymore. Right, the mini-boss decided he wants to attack me, though. So the IIV-X Advanced Docker. Now, with the healing salve, I should be okay. I'm sorry, the relieving salve, I should be okay. Let me cast this nano real quick, get some winter going. He resisted that. That sucks. There we go. Mini boss down. So that's 3 bosses that I've killed now. Yeah. See, they... Oh no, you have to be a doctor for that one. Cheap bow. Wow. Yeah, I'm not going clan, and I'm not an adventurer. Ah, the worn cyber boots. Now this definitely will come in handy. Need these for the Living Cyber Armor quest, which will be coming up many moons from now. Maybe I'll have to do some offline stuff to get it up and running. But yeah, getting that quest gets you the armor that levels up to max level with you, so for free. Boy, am I going to have some editing to do in the YouTube version of this. And change the root to the 5 key. It's easier. There we go. Speak of the devil and he shall appear. All right. Now we need to take this and do that. Grab that from the overflow. Get this pistol out. Do it. Now I've got 2 pistols that do a lot more damage, faster, require 0 ammunition, and give me additional health, which is great. Now let's see if we can get back down there, find this thief, and ruin some garbage flea's day. But first we're going to stop by here and sell this junk out of our inventory. Nope, not that. Again, I would love to be able to shift click through all of this. I would love for that to be a quality of life thing that got done, but they decided, long ago, nope, no thank you, we're not going to do that. I don't know who this robot thinks he's fighting, but he thinks he's fighting somebody important. So now, again, we're going to try and get this thief murked, or find the thief, or no, we know where the thief is. We're going to try and get that or that flea killed, so we can actually pick up the body this time. I'm sorry, 2.5 hours already. Okay. I'm going to try and drop it at 3, as close, at 3 hours, of the stream. Simply so I can do some things. I got some errands I need to run. And these garbage fleas are all over the place. Hey, you're supposed to be guarding me. There we go. Get in the fight. No, I don't need that. No, I'll need one of those. So I can have 2 bracers. There we go. Around this corner of death again. Now, last time there was a flea there, but he's gone. Now, if I recall correctly, there used to be a pet command for hunt. So your pet would go out and automatically target everything and kill it for you. So you'd be able to sit down, go AFK for a little bit. I see somebody did all this for me. Yeah, that's an Agent Nano. That's some more clan armor, which I'm not going to be using. I don't need one-handed edge weapons. This might be cool just to have on as a social suit. But let's get to the real meat of the deal here. Nope. He shook off the root as soon as I cast it. There we go. Get away from him for a little while. Let him eat Twitch chat. Okay, this is not going as well as I would have hoped. Did I make another one? Yes, I did. Get another robot in here and try and help out. Do at least a little bit of damage. How you got stuck behind there, I don't know, nor do I wish to know. There we go, we got the armor this time, so at least if we die... Okay, now we're getting ganked by 2 guys. Would you stop it, please? Alright, we're going to break for it because nothing's working the way it ought to be. These garbage fleas are trash. Oh no, I'm the trash. I don't have enough skills yet to get through these guys. Can't learn Distracted Gaze yet. Can't learn Temporary Glamour. Oh, hey, we get the newest droid. So maybe we can get that guy up and running and help out a bit. Garbage flea, get off of me. Alright, we're going to stop combat. We're going to summon our newest pet. Now, the previous one was level 3. What level is this guy? Please don't be level 7. Because that would really make my day really, really bad. Summon you out, sir. And you are now yellow to me. You're level 6. Cool. But now that we've got the armor, we can go ahead and give it to Sarah Green and see what she wants to give us as a reward. I know there's several more quests that are involved here and a couple of hidden ones that it's not a chain of events. It's simply things that if you talk to people, they will give you a quest and you do it that way. Excuse me. Now, the last time I did this, I think I left this initial zone at level 15 or 16, 14 or 15. I believe it was after 15 because I was able to get my alien experience up. Alright, but now she wants us to talk to Mr. Vernon Godfrey over here. He wants me to hold these items. There we go. Hack the technical library. Let him know I was able to do that. Give him that. He gives it right back. And this increases some of my trade skill. I don't really need it, but the more important thing is I got a free hacker tool out of it. But now he wants me to run back over here and actually hack another machine. This is teaching you how to use the hacker tool itself. Okay, down and around the corner. Down on the corner, out in the streets, man and the poor boys are playing ground. Sorry, I had a CCR moment. Alright, they want us to run over here to the shipping manifest terminal, access the logs, apply the hacker tool, insert the hacker tool, reroute the shipping data. Gonna go ahead and put this on back. Yeah, there we go. Now we got our martial arts guy look to us as the bureaucrat. Maybe that'll be the next thing I try is I know Sifu just came out, and I know it's what, $40 on most of the outlets. Get it on the PC, see how that works out. I mean, it's got a lot of things that I like about it. It's kung fu. It's like Chow Brothers kung fu. That's always cool. I'm a big fan of those. What was it? Five Fingers of Death, the Five Deadly Venoms, 36 Chambers of the Shaolin. All of those movies, big fan. So maybe I'll take a look into getting into that next. But again, I just wanted to come back to Anarchy Online because it's celebrating its 20 years. I was part of this game when it launched, so it's one of those games I've come back to, wandered in and out of, be gone for 2 years, 3 years at a time, and see what's going on, and come back to it and realize, yeah, I had a lot of fun, and still am having a lot of fun playing this game. I like bureaucrats. I've tried all of the classes at one time, but bureaucrat pet classes are kind of my jam. I've had engineers, I've had metaphysicists, I've even tried a few of the nanotechnicians. That's a rough learning curve of, here's how the pain's going to work, and it's going to work for a long time, and you're just going to have to deal with it. Now, let's see. He needs a shiny agility cluster. Body dev. Agility. There we go. Boom, boom. There we go. The next. I've got my missions in the wrong spot. The next one is a stamina cluster. Scroll down here. And I mean, for what it was 20 years ago, you look back at it, this is what people were really expecting out of an MMO. It just had the benefit of being sci-fi based. It wasn't. I mean, this came out in the age of EverQuest and oh Lord, you still had several MUDs running around. I know there's the one I'm missing, the OG Mr. Richard Garriott. Anybody want to help me out with this? I'll I'll put a note up in the list, but I play that one too. Ultima, there we go. Ultima Online. It came out around that time, and late '90s, early 2000s. This was a vast change, and something again. Science fiction is not a genre that MMOs went with, especially PVE type MMOs. They didn't go with that very very often. So when I found this game back in the day, I was I was enjoying myself a whole heck of a lot because it's just something you don't see every day. Let's see. I think everything is up and running. Good, good, good. I don't need any of those legacy skills. We'll go ahead and save that. Close that out. Alright, I've assembled the implant. Oh, I need max health. That's the one. Alphabetically, yes. There we go. Clip that on that. Now, this is just to teach you how to do trade skills. My profession's not that great at it. I don't have the library of all of this stored in my head like I do Minecraft recipes. But honestly, it's not for me, but I appreciate the depth of trade skills that are available to you. You can make weapons, you can make armor, you can make medical equipment, you can make a whole host of things, and you can make implants. You can be that person that says, okay, I'm going to be able to make these implants that allow you to boost your stats way beyond what your level should be. And particularly with pet classes, that means you can have a pet that's like, right now mine is level 6. I think I have a character where I'm level 25 and my pet is level 37. So I'm able to kill things way above my pay grade. And it just makes farming a lot easier. It makes a lot of things a whole lot simpler. Like I can go and do content faster. Power leveling becomes a whole lot easier if you've ganked it where what am I supposed to give you? Oh, okay, this thing. I was like, I don't know I don't remember telling you to do that. There we go. That's that mission done. And this brings us to the last quest the last actual quest in the zone along this trail of breadcrumbs. Talk to Lorelei, get her bird back, and then she finishes it, and at the end of it you have an ID and you're ready to leave. Okay. But we're going to do a couple of other quests to get some more stuff. I want to do the one where it gives you a free vehicle. And I want to do the one for the faction quest where you can get some of the equipment like the shoulder pads, the award board, letting you know that you're part of a faction and taking advantage of the benefits therein. You change the percentage increase you get because you're on a faction. Again, depending on which side is leading in the land battles, you get an experience bonus just for being part of that faction. You also get special equipment. Like, again, I imagine the clan has something similar. I'm sorry. Not the clan. I'm sure clan faction members, federated clan members, get similar bonuses, but I've always had the Omni thing. I like wearing the Omni Med outfit. I like all the things that come with being Omni. I might, just for Twitch purposes, keep this character neutral for as long as possible. Just to see what's going on with that. It's been quite a while since I've been neutral. I know for the Living Cyber Armor quest, being neutral is handy because it sends you hither, fro, and yon. Now, where is this particular Arete that I'm looking for? Yeah, see? Love the Krat dual pistols out here. It's all the fun of it being an adventurer with none of the hit points, I guess you could say. Um, okay, it says you're over there, but I'm pretty sure that's not true. Yeah, level 8. How much space do I got left? Well, I got plenty of space. Oh, there he is. That's the one I'm looking for. Mr. Blue Name over there. Okay, let's see if we can track you down, sir. Lolly the Reet. Now, in one of the backyards or the beginning area, one of the iterations of the beginning area, they would put you in what they call a backyard, and there'd be these Reets and Leets speaking in Leet speak, and hey, give me back my armor, give me creds, all of this other silly stuff. And again, it was 20 years ago. It was a different gaming world back then, man. But yeah, these creatures have been here since the beginning, so you can't really mess with it. It was kind of tongue-in-cheek at the end, when they implemented it, and I'm not even mad at it now. So I put the Reet in the cage after I gave him his favorite little snack, a cookie. And let's go ahead and turn this into Lorelei and be done essentially with the breadcrumb chain of quests that we've got here in the starter zone. Arete Landing, I believe, is the name of this place. Again, they've called it several different things over the years. For some reason, Gnarl the Roller has been broken for quite some time. But again, this first stream was just to show Anarchy Online is still around for those of you who may have seen it in the past and are coming back to it now. Or like I saw the 20th anniversary. I'm like, man, I'm still on this email chain. Number one. And number two, wow, this game is still around. Yeah, it's still here. It's still as you remember it. Some of the things are still broken, just like they were and have been broken since launch. I don't know when they're going to do that. I know they did a graphical upgrade. I just can't tell that they've done a graphical upgrade whatsoever. But honestly, I've been playing this game so long, I couldn't tell you many of the differences if you showed it to me. Side-by-side comparison. Maybe for the YouTube upload, I'll go ahead and make sure I do a side-by-side comparison on that. Man, it is... What'd that take? That took about 2 hours, 40 minutes to go through from soup to nuts. Maybe 5-10 minutes to make sure that all my key bindings were set up. But there you go. You can get started in about 2.5 hours. If you're really zooming through it, it shouldn't take you that long. I took a small break in between. But yeah, you can get a lot done. You get a lot of the mechanics done. I've upgraded my weapons. I've upgraded my pet several times. Like I said, there's still a few quests that I can do. I haven't even gotten into the alien expansion. Yeah. What is the name of that expansion, by the way? Forget the name of it. But I've got an account now. It's paid up for at least a month. It comes with all of the expansions. I believe I'm only paying $10 for that. But let's see. We can go and find out exactly what they want to charge for that. It's got an in-game store you can buy stuff for. You can buy convenience items. The victory points, IP resets, heal kits. Basic stuff like that. Special items, Right now, it's still part of that whole Valentine's Day, President's Day kind of deal. You can transform yourself into elite, which, yeah, let's not do that. And then different vehicles that you can buy. It's got a lot of things from MMOs that came well after it, but it just never was able to upgrade its systems for some reason, or some of the basic things that have been bugs. I don't know if that's part of the engine. I don't know what the deal behind all of that is. But in terms of having the genre setting, the genre setting being sci-fi, again, you're not going to find that every day. You can still run around with a sword and shield if you want to. But having lasers and magic spells be literal nanobots flying from one person to the next is kind of cool. I mean, a lot of the MMOs that came after it are long dead and buried, and this one's still up and running. It went free to play quite some time ago, and it's still here today. So a lot of people have put a lot of love and time and effort into this. I'm one of those people that haven't been here since day one, but I was here at day one, and to see that it's still around 20 years later, you can still have fun with it. You can still enjoy yourself, and the classes, they're not unique. There's very little that's unique about this game, to be brutally honest. But there's still a lot that makes this game stand out from many of its competitors. And 20 years, you got to give it up to them. They've been able to do something right. Because Lord knows I'm not the same man I was 20 years ago. Heck, a lot of things have changed in that time frame. A lot of the frame has changed in that time frame, but the fact that this is still going is good on me. And you guys let me know if you want to continue this. I'll do a few more of these just to show you some of the outer world. I mean, seeing as we've gone this is just a starter area, and off into that distance is even more starter area. A couple of more quests. The aliens are out there. There's wild creatures and all the rest of it, just to give you an example of how far you can progress. I mean, these maps are kind of big. Let me show you the world map here. You've got all these different grids that you can go around to. Perpetual Wastelands way out here. Now, we're here in a special area just for beginners. It'll take us out to this Andromeda zone. But as you can see, there's plenty of other zones full of content. Well, I say full of content. It's full of creatures. I can't say it's full of content. There's many places you can go. You can go many spots around. There's dungeons. There's places for raids, teams. There's PvP aspect to the game. I've never really been big into that, but if you want that, it's there as well. There's still clans, there's still people recruiting, there's a whole bunch of other things out there that, again, for something 20 years on, the fact that there's something still around, there's active player bases going on, and the fact that now it's on Steam if you wanted to, you can just be there, join all your Steam friends, and have all of that functionality going on as well. I like it. I've always liked this game ever since I heard about it when I was, a forum troll back in the day. I'm having fun with it. I'm still having fun with it. It's something that I thoroughly enjoy. Now, yes, it's not perfect, and I don't know how much of my enjoyment I'm able to overlook all of the flaws that I know have been there since day one. Maybe that may be a problem with you. Obviously, some people won't be able to get past the graphics and any of that madness. I can't blame you for any of that. I can't defend any of their choices since then. But if you're looking for something easy to do, it's an MMO, and it's really going back in the time machine. That'd be a good thing here's a game you can take a look at. It's not bad. Not bad at all. So, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off right there. Again, thank you all for joining. Thank you for those that have decided to help me reach my goal of getting 100 followers by the end. I need to turn this way. Thank you all for joining and following. there'll be more content, a couple of hours a day if I can swing it. I'm gonna try for 2 to 3 hours every day. Kids, family life, all of that has a way of getting in the way. But I'll try and do what I can. Again, let's see. Ooh, 2:45. First stream back. Not too bad. Uh, as you probably been seeing through this, you can. We have a Twitch channel. I'm sorry. We obviously have a Twitch channel. You can find me at YouTube at MrTaupeTO, and we also have a Patreon uh, at MrTaupeTO. If you're gonna go and help out on Patreon, that's great. I would ask no more than $1. I'm not that guy yet. I'm not good at asking people for money. It's just something to help keep everything going, to give some kind of benefit for this. I'm doing this mostly because my kids are into stuff like this, and I want them to be able to see their dad and his goofy shenanigans and the games he used to play. So please feel free if you wish to pitch in on Patreon. And with that, it's MrTaupeTO, and I'll see you all later.